Okay, for this challenge, you are going to be making a drawing game in Scratch. So press the green flag to begin, press the space bar to reset your colors, use the eraser and clear all button to erase and clear the stage. So when you press the green flag, you can start drawing with black. Okay, that's your default. You can click on any of the colors below, and you can adjust your pen size if you want it bigger, and you can draw something. And you can draw something else with different colors and keep adjusting your pen size if you need to. And you can use the eraser, and again, you can adjust the size of your eraser to erase, and then you can click clear all, it'll clear everything. Okay, so that's what we're going to be making. So first, open Scratch, log in, click create, name the project drawing game, delete your cat. So I'm going to name mine drawing game, and I'm going to put 2 because I've already done 1, and then I'm going to delete the cat. Okay, for this challenge, we're going to need a set of blocks called pens. Well, actually, we're going to create our pen sprite first. So we're going to float our mouse over, choose a sprite. We're not going to draw anything. We're going to click the code tab, and then we're going to name the sprite pen. So going back to your game, float your mouse over the cat. Don't click on it. Float your mouse. Go to the paintbrush. Okay, this opens your drawing canvas. We're not actually drawing anything. Click the code tab in the top left, and then underneath the stage where the sprite is currently named Sprite 1, can you change the name to pen and hit enter? Okay, we're going to go back to the instructions, and we're going to create our first thread of code. So it says this code will allow for a player to use the mouse to draw, lift up the pen, draw in another location. The first thing we have to do is we have to add the pen blocks to our blocks. If you look at all the color blocks here, we don't have any that say pen. So in the bottom left corner, you're going to see this purple square, and if you float your mouse over it, it says add extension. These are additional blocks that you can add to Scratch in order to make a game. So we're going to click on the one that says pen, and now notice we have a category here that says pen. Okay, we're going to start with events and say when green flag is clicked. I'm going to just zoom in so you can see that better. And then we're going to do an erase all, and then we're going to set our pen color to black. So going back, you're going to go to the pen category. You're going to choose erase all because the first thing that we want when the game starts is to have a clean stage, nothing on it. So that's our erase all. And then we want to set our pen color, and I just say black because I think that that's a good default color to start with. So I'm just doing 000 for my black, and that'll again, that means when the game starts, we'll have a clean stage and our color will be set to black. Okay, we're going to make a variable called pen size for all sprites. So let's do that. So let's go to our variable category. At the top, click the white rectangle that says make a variable, type in the word pen size, leave it for all sprites, and click OK. And now we're going to use that block. So let's go back. Well, actually, it says, okay, on the stage, double-click the pen size box twice. This will create the slider and then drag it to the right. So this is pretty cool. If you double-click on this, it turns into just a 0. Double-click it again, and it turns into where we can adjust the pen size. And then I just moved it over to the right. Okay? All right. We're going to go to variables, and we're going to set our pen size to, so we're going to go set my variable, but instead of my variable, we're going to say pen size. And then I thought 5 was a good kind of thickness for our line, so I'm going to leave it at 5. Again, this is all our default or reset. Okay? In the bottom left corner of the screen, you're going to see oh, look at, I put it down here. Okay, I have to move that, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to do a forever loop, and then inside the forever loop. So let's go to control, grab a forever loop. Boy, I was really out of order with my instructions there. So obviously we're skipping step 7 because we already have that up at step 1. Okay, inside the forever loop, we're going to set our pen size to 1, but instead of 1, we're going to say pen size. This is what allows us to change our pen size. So we're going to say set, but instead of the words my variable, say pen size, and then to pen size. I know that sounds silly, but that means whatever scroll we use here, that's what the pen size will adjust to. So that's kind of how we can adjust the size of our pen. Okay. Oops. You know what? I used the wrong button? I'm sorry. Can you take that away? I so apologize. We have to go to pen and say set pen size to. Set pen size to, and then say pen size. Apologize for that. Okay, there we go. All right, and then we are going to, where was I? Inside this, instead of 1, go to variables. Oh, motion, go to random, change the random position to mouse pointer. Okay, so we're going to go to motion, and we're going to say go to random position. but we're going to say mouse pointer. This is what's allowing us to use our mouse to draw. Okay, so that's an important one. And then we're going to do an if-then block. So I'm going to go back and go to Control and put an if-then block below, go to mouse pointer. Notice that. So we have an empty hexagon. We're going to need to fill something in there. Between the if-then, we're going to say mouse down. So go to Sensing and go to mouse down. And again, this is what is going to let us, when we press our mouse, to actually draw. Okay. And then we're going to say, oh, I messed up again. What did I do wrong here? Inside the forever loop, pen size 1, variables, random position. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Let's get rid of this if-then block. Okay, so I'm just going to drag it off to the side. We need an if-then else. If-then else. I'm so sorry. If-then else. Make sure it's if-then else. Then go to Sensing. Go to mouse down. Oh, I can't even find mouse down. Oh, there it is. Mouse down. And then you can see that here we're going to go pen down for the if, pen up for the else. That is what allows us to go to the pen category. We're going to say pen down and then pen up. That's what will allow us to actually let go of our mouse and start a line somewhere else instead of having one continuous line where we cannot lift up our pen. So you should have this code right here, else pen up. Yep, I do. Okay, good. All right, thread 2. This code will allow for the player to press the space bar to reset the color back to black after using the eraser. So we haven't done an eraser yet, but we'll just do the code anyway. So when green flag, forever loop, if then. Okay, so we're going to go to events, when green flag. We're going to go to control. We're going to do a forever loop. Inside the forever loop, we're going to stay with control and do an if then. Empty hexagon that we have to put something in. So we're going to go to sensing and say key space press. We're going to use our space bar as our reset. So I'm going to say key space pressed. So if the space bar is pressed, what's going to happen? Two different things. We're going to reset the color back to black, and we're going to set the pen size back to 5. So we're going to go to the pen category, and we're going to say set pen color to, and we want to match this black exactly. So remember, I did 0, 0, 0. So when I go to this color, I'm going to do 0, 0, 0 as well. Okay, and that'll be our reset color of black. And then we're going to go to variables, and we're going to set my variable to 0, but instead of my variable, we will choose pen size, and instead of 0, we will choose 5. And that's our reset. I don't know if anything will work yet. Yeah, the black will work. And then if you hit if you hit our space bar, it's still, let's say I change my pen size, but then I hit the space bar, it'll go back to 5. Okay, we don't have anything to clear it yet, so now we have stuff on our stage. That's okay. All right, moving on. Creating the clear all sprite. So this will just delete everything off of the stage. Okay, we're going to float our mouse over, choose a sprite. We're going to go to the paintbrush. We're going to click the rectangle tool. We're going to draw a rectangle. So I'm going to go to the paintbrush. I'm going to click the rectangle tool. I used black for my fill color, so I'm just going to go back to 0, 0, 0. Draw a rectangle. And then I went to my text tool, T for text. I changed my text color to white. Whoops. And you don't have to use the same colors as me, but if you want to. And then I typed, I guess I didn't do white after all, but I do want white. I don't like how it looks with the red. Okay, there's white. All right, I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to type the words clear all. And then I'm going to use my selection arrow, and you can make this bigger if you want, and you can center it. I should center my rectangle first. Center that, and then on the state, and you know what, I think this is a little big, so I'm going to decrease the size of this, and there's no set size that it has to be. You can just decide what you want it to be. I just wanted it a little bit smaller so it doesn't take up so much room on my stage, because we don't want it to take up any of our drawing space. I'm actually going to make it even a little bit smaller. And again, this is your personal preference, so there's no size it has to be. I give you some dimensions in the instructions, but you don't have to follow that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. And by the way, I'm going to rename the sprite Clear All. Okay. All right. And I think I just did all of these steps right here. Okay. All right, so now we're going to create code for the clear all sprite. We're just going to say when the sprite is clicked, under pen, we're going to say erase all. So I'm going to go to the code tab in the top left. I'm going to go to events. I'm going to say when this sprite is clicked. And then I'm going to go to pen, and I'm going to say erase all. So now, if I started over. If I have stuff drawn, if I click clear all down here, it clears the stage. Okay? All right. Creating the eraser sprite. So the difference between eraser and clear all erases everything on the stage. Eraser, you use it as an eraser and you can erase any little parts, okay? So we're going to make a sprite again, and we're going to use a circle with an outline color is white. So I'm going to go to the paintbrush. I'm going to click on the circle. We want the fill color to be white, but if we don't do an outline, we won't be able to see the border of it. So I made my outline black. Oops. Come on. Go back to the circle. Okay, black. And then I held shift and I just drew a little circle, and I used my text tool and I made my text color black. And I typed eraser, and we might have to make our, or I think I just typed erase actually. So we might have to make my circle a little bigger. So if I use my and make the word erase smaller, and I'm just going to try to center this, and that looks good enough. And then I'm going to take this and I moved it down here, and we're going to name this erase or eraser. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go back to the instructions. I think I just did everything in the creating the erase sprite, so now we need some code. All right, so thread 1 goes in the erase sprite, and we're going to say when the sprite is clicked, and we're going to do a broadcast. We're going to broadcast eraser. So I'm going to go to code in the top left. I'm going to go to events, scroll down, find when this sprite is clicked, and then stay in events. You're going to broadcast message 1. But instead of message 1, you're going to click the down pointing arrow and choose new message, and you're going to type, what did I type in there? Eraser. Okay. And then I typed the word eraser, and I clicked OK. Now, if we're broadcasting something, we have to tell something else. When you receive a message, you have to do something. So this is really important. We are going to the pen sprite right now. So make sure under your stage you click on the pen sprite. We're adding a new thread of code, and we're going to say when I receive the message called eraser, when I receive eraser, we're going to set our pen color to white. The reason we're setting it to white is white will erase because it matches the background. As long as your background is still white, that's what you want to match your pen color to. So I'm going to go to pen, and I'm going to say set pen color to, and you can actually use the, I think you can use the color picker. Let's see. Yeah, you can use the color picker to choose the white. So now, if I draw, I can click the eraser tool here, and whoops, and I can erase with just strokes. Okay, so that's what we did right there. Okay, all right. Create a color sprite. You are going to follow these steps to create at least 3 different color sprites. Now in my game, I did blue, red, yellow, purple, orange, green, pink, and gray. So I did 8. You have to do at least 3 colors, okay? So you're going to kind of draw a circle just like you did with the eraser. So we're going to float our mouse over our choose a sprite and go to the paintbrush. You're going to click on the circle tool, choose a color. So I'm going to go red. Okay, I'm still using up my outline as black. I'm going to hold shift because that guarantees a perfect circle. I'm going to draw a little circle there. Under the stage, I'm going to name it red. And then I'm going to drag this to the bottom right. Or bottom left, excuse me, bottom left. I'm going to go to the code tab in the top left, and we're going to do the same code we did for the eraser. Exactly the same, except we're going to use the broadcast red. So I'm going to go to events and say when this sprite clicked. I'm going to go to stay in events, and I'm going to say broadcast, but instead of eraser, I'm going to do a new message, and I'm going to type the word red. Whatever color it is the color you're going to type. And then I have to go back to pen. Now watch what I'm going to do here. How cool is this? I'm going to right click on when I receive eraser, and I'm going to choose duplicate. And that makes an exact duplicate of both of these. And I'm going to go to the word red. And then I'm going to click here. Make sure you match your color exactly. So I'm going to choose the color picker. I'm going to float it over the red circle and click, and it fills it in. So now, if I click the red circle, I can paint in red. Okay, I'm going to do that for at least 2 more colors. So I'm going to float my mouse over the Choose a Sprite. I'm going to go to the paintbrush. I'm going to click on the circle and change my color to maybe a blue. I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to draw a little circle. I'm going to drag it to the bottom left corner. Under the stage, I'm going to name it blue. I'm going to go to the code tab. Again, exact same code. When this sprite is clicked, broadcast, new message. I'm going to type the word blue. I'm going to go back to the pen tool. I'm going to right click and duplicate. But instead of red, I'm going to change it to blue. I'm going to click on the circle. I'm going to go to the color picker. I'm going to float it over the blue, and then I'm just going to test it out. I'm going to click on the blue circle. Yes, now I can write in blue. I'm going to do this at least 1 more time. You can add as many colors as you want, but I'm going to just stick with the primary colors right now. So I'm going to do a yellow, and then this will be the last one I do, and then you can do as many as you'd like. Like I said, I did red, blue, yellow, green, orange, purple, pink, and gray, and then black is our default, so we already have black. I'm going to rename this yellow. Okay, I'm going to go up to code. I'm going to say when this sprite is clicked, broadcast, but instead of blue, I'm going to do a new message where I type yellow and click OK. Going back to my pen sprite, I'm going to right click and duplicate. Instead of blue, I'm going to choose yellow. Set pen color to, use the color picker, float it over the yellow circle. Let's test it out. So now I can do yellow, I can do black, I can do red. If I hit the space bar, I can do black. I could change the pen size of any of these. I could erase any of these, and I can clear all. We pretty much have a game. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else that I missed. I showed you blocks of all the different colors I made, so that's all there. Oh, the pen slider, to adjust the pen slider. Right now, our pen slider goes up to 100. Okay, so if you were to use this, you can go all the way up to 100, which is perfectly fine. But if you want to adjust it and you don't want it to go to 100, you can right click and say change slider range, and you can determine like from anywhere from 1 to whatever you want. I did 48. You can do whatever you want. So I can adjust the size only to 48 now. And you can make it bigger or smaller. You can leave it at 100, whatever you want to do, but I did adjust my slider. And now we're done. Okay, so make sure everything works. File, save now. You should always save now. Here's the instructions. Press the green flag to begin, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do Control C. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to C project page. I'm going to paste my instructions. And then you can go ahead and share and do the copy all to submit. Okay? Hopefully this was not so bad, and good luck.